Okay, so you've seen the videos, right? Every single winter, my feed just blows up with them. Someone takes a pot of boiling water, throws it into the freezing cold air, and poof, a giant cloud of snow appears out of nowhere. It looks like pure magic, but is it? Or is something else going on? Today, we're on the case. We're going to be detectives and crack this viral winter mystery wide open. We'll follow the evidence, we'll expose the red herrings, and we are going to find out the secret behind this incredible disappearing water act. All right, let's start the investigation where every good investigation should, with the most common theory. This is the explanation you see all over the comments section. And, on the surface, it makes a lot of sense. So this is our main suspect. The idea is simple. The air is just so ridiculously cold that the boiling water has no choice but to freeze solid the second it's thrown. Seems pretty straightforward, right? But as any good detective knows, the simplest explanation isn't always the right one. And this is where it gets really interesting. Because our very first clue, and it's one that's been hiding in plain sight in all these videos, suggests that this whole instant freeze theory, well, it's got some serious holes in it. So let's put on our detective hats and really examine the crime scene. There's this tiny little detail, a crack in the case that you can spot if you just watch and listen really closely. And there it is. Did you catch that? A splash. Liquid water hitting the ground. Now wait a second. If the water was really freezing instantly in midair, how could any of it still be liquid when it lands? This tells us something huge. It means the cloud we're seeing, it might not be the original water at all. So if the water isn't just freezing solid, what on earth is actually going on? Well, the evidence points to this incredibly fast, three-step transformation. Let's break down the science behind the magic trick. Here's the big reveal. It's not the water drops that freeze, it's the vapor they create. When you throw the water, it shatters into millions of tiny little droplets. Those droplets have so much surface area that they instantly evaporate into a gas, water vapor. Then, that invisible gas hits the cold air and bam, it condenses and freezes into that spectacular cloud of tiny ice crystals. And get this is the key to the whole operation. The simple act of throwing the water increases its surface area by about 300 times. 300. That massive increase is what allows for that near-instant evaporation that fuels the whole effect. It's a game of surface area, not just temperature. But that brings up another question, right? Why does this only seem to work with hot water? The answer, our next clue, lies in the unique properties of hot water. It turns out, it's the perfect accomplice for this particular scientific spectacle. Think about it. Hot water molecules are already buzzing with energy. They're practically ready to leap into a gas. But even more important, hot water is less viscous. It's less thick and sticky than cold water. So when you throw it, it shatters into a super fine mist. Cold water, on the other hand, is kind of lazy. It clumps together in bigger, heavier drops that are just too big to do anything cool before they splat on the ground. Now, every good mystery needs a red herring, a misleading clue that seems to fit perfectly but just leads you down the wrong path. In this case, our red herring is a famous scientific idea known as the Mpemba effect. The Mpemba effect sounds like it's the perfect explanation, doesn't it? The idea that hot water freezes faster than cold seems to be exactly what we're watching. But when we actually look at the hard scientific evidence, this lead goes completely cold. Yeah. See, after decades of research, including major studies like this one from Scientific Reports, scientists just haven't been able to reliably make it happen in a lab. The consensus now is that the Mpemba effect isn't really a thing. It's a scientific dead end and a total distraction from our case. So, after following all the evidence, we finally unraveled the whole thing. It is time to close the case file. So what's the final verdict on our instant snow mystery? Case closed. That amazing cloud isn't the original water freezing at all. It's a brand new cloud of ice crystals born from water vapor. The real secret is creating a massive surface area, and hot water is simply the best tool for the job. That whole instant freeze theory is officially debunked. So, what looks like an incredible act of winter magic is actually just a beautiful, really fast demonstration of thermodynamics. It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other magic is out there that's really just science waiting to be explained?